Hi there. A few people have asked me about some tips when they're starting out playing the Native American flute, so that's why I'm making this video. Perhaps you've stumbled across it too, and I hope I can help you out. A few of the different things that we need to remember about this instrument is it's never easy to start playing. There are a lot of things you have to do to learn how to play better. One of the most important ways to learn how to play it better is to get together with local people in your area at a flute circle gathering. This is where people from all stages of knowledge get together and share the appreciation for this beautiful instrument, because that's what it's supposed to be. It's a musical instrument and it should be shared. So don't get disheartened if you don't sound good when you start out, because guess what? Anybody who plays really good will tell you they didn't sound good starting out either. One of these days I hope to sound pretty good myself, but it takes time and practice. I've been at it for 7 years, and I know I'll definitely be going at it for 7 more. A few of the things that I've learned in playing the Native American flute is relative to the techniques and the characteristics that you've got to learn about. In this flute, which is a flute with a movable fetish or bird, you've got to make sure that this bird is placed properly over that tone hole. If it's a little too far forward or forward back, it won't play properly and you won't get the tone right. If you do have a bird like this and it's tied, try to remember not to want to do a double knot, because that leather is going to stretch and it's going to contract and it's going to cause this bird to move. So you want to be able to keep it tight on there, but don't do a double knot, because you're going to need to adjust it from time to time. Always make sure that the bird's positioned properly over that hole, and that'll help you. Moisture is the enemy of the Native American flute when it's made of wood, and one of the ways you can avoid moisture being a problem is to hold the flute level when you learn how to play. And another thing that people have problems with is all this squeaking and popping sounds. One of those reasons is these fingers have to be over these tone holes, sealing them completely. A little bit of non-sealed area is going to cause a squeak and a pop, and can be very frustrating. One of the ways you can avoid that is to hold your fingers level over those holes, as opposed to trying to put your fingertips over them. And when you put the tips over them, you try to put too much pressure on them, and that doesn't make the flute easy to play. So try to remember to relax and hold your fingers level over the flute, the holes, so that you don't get those sounds. Everybody has to start out the same way. I have a 6-hole flute, so I'm not going to move my wedding ring finger from that hole ever. I can't. You're not supposed to. It'll make a terrible sound and it won't work right. And it doesn't matter which way you hold it. It's going to be that third finger over that third hole from the bird down. So depending on which way you hold it, that's what matters, is never remove that one if you have a 6-holer. If you have a 5-holer, you're in good luck. You don't have to worry about it. So holding the flute level, holding your fingers level, and playing those scales over and over again. Eventually you'll learn different things that you can do to change the notes. There's teeing, there's trilling, there's bending a note, and just different breathing techniques where you can put tremolo in it, and a lot of different things. So get together with other people in your area and learn and practice these things. Don't be afraid to screw up, because that's one of the most important things about life, is learning to get past the mistakes to where you can do things beautifully. Anything you've ever gotten good at, you spent a lot of time practicing and you weren't good at it when you started. The flute's no exception. So play it, enjoy it, appreciate it, and get together with as many people as you can. And don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's what it's about, is learning from those mistakes, getting out there and sharing this instrument with the world and your heart with the world, because that's where all this comes from. Once you start those breathing techniques and you get those fingers and that heart together, it'll sound beautiful. So always remember, start out and learn different techniques for changing it up. There's teeing a note by making a t sound while you're playing. And there's trills. You can also put a tremolo in your voice, make that wobble, so bring in your own sort of like echo into it. people, when they get a little bit more advanced, they'll do what they call barking, and that's where you make some accentuated notes really fast by usually holding a couple holes open. So enjoy. Get together with other people. Put together a group of people yourself if you need to. And never stop believing that you'll get better. Because the more you play, the better you'll get. Thanks for listening. Now go out there and share your beauty with the world.